What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and over here at this channel people often request videos. If I get in the comments, I happen to see it, and I respond to you, chances are I will get to it. So if you guys have any requests other than the Kimber R7 Mako, because that is currently the #1 most requested handgun for this channel, which we're going to be doing that review down the line. But if you have any other requests, any other recommendations, anything like that, I'm always open to it. Now this is not my cheapest handgun or my most expensive handgun, but I just want to put it out there that this is one of my most carried handguns. It's a simple M&P 40 Shield 2.0. I bought it brand new for $300. I got it from PSA, I believe. All I did so far, throw on some night sights, like $60 or $55, throw on a base plate, a hoe grip, and mag guts. So this whole setup right here is about $400, maybe a little over $400 after I slowly put some stuff into it. And it's good to go. I carry this thing often, feels good in my hand. And you know it's a reliable platform. And here's the thing, these handguns were not the price they are today 5 years ago, 6 years ago. These were more expensive, and you're still getting the same exact handgun, same exact platform, that whole sort of thing. And especially in mag restricted states and stuff like that, you can't beat having a larger caliber when it comes down to being restricted in capacity. But just wanted to point that out, that one of my most carried handguns is relatively budget friendly. But no, that is not my cheapest handgun, and my cheapest handgun might actually surprise you guys because I really enjoy shooting it. And before you click away after seeing this handgun, go watch the video of me shooting this thing. Look at the joy it brings me simply taking it to the range. The Taurus Spectrum. Now hear me out. This is actually produced in Miami, Florida. Now I know it looks crazy, it looks weird, it looks different, but there's nothing wrong with that in the firearms industry, because if you really look at this handgun and what Taurus was going for, it's pretty innovative. I mean, I'm not going to lie here. So check this out. For texturing, right? Or think about a pocket pistol. That's what this is. It's 6+1 of 380, or you get the little bit larger mag, and that's 7+1, so 8 total rounds of 380 in a nice little get-off-me gun, pocket pistol, backup pistol, whatever you want to make it, right? Just a quick, active pistol. And what I mean by that is you're being active. You're running, going on a walk with the kids, jogging, having something small but reliable and enjoyable to shoot is a huge plus. Now, the Taurus Spectrum. Being a pocket pistol, look at the design on it. Look at the slide. There is nothing you could snag on. Even look at the sights. Look at the angles of the sights, stuff like that. You are not going to snag. On top of that, the serrations will not snag on anything, and that's the whole point of a pocket pistol. The slide stop and slide release, that actually works. This thing has locked back every single time on the last shot. Every time I manipulate the handgun, it locks back and it releases, which is pretty amazing for a $200 out-the-door handgun. Now the serrations are actually crazy because they are like a rubber, but it's actually a really nice rubber, which we're going to get into. But like I said, this thing is 100% snag-free. Check this thing out. Now also what you're going to notice is even on the texturing, they didn't want texturing to prevent a faster draw or whatever the case may be that people talk about with pocket pistols. So what did they do? They use the same basic texturing. And honestly, it is really, really grippy. Even in my video, I'm outside, it's like 85 degrees, being swarmed by mosquitoes, bitten by ticks, all sorts of stuff. And I was shooting this handgun flawlessly. Pretty dang good for being a little tiny pocket pistol, how fast I was shooting, that whole sort of thing. And I really enjoy shooting it. It has no recoil. It's one of the flattest shooting pocket pistols I've ever shot. But like I said, it's snag-free, won't catch on anything. Everything has a little bit of texturing on it, and it just feels good. Now, you only get 1.5 fingers on this, but you can get 2.5 with the 7-round mag. Now, the handgun, obviously safety checked and cleared, glides like butter. It's like crazy that a $200 handgun functions the way it does. But like I said, everything's snag-free like you want a pocket pistol. The sights, yeah, they suck in theory, but when you're shooting with a defensive pistol, chances are you're not going to be using your sights. It's just true. That just is what it is. But when I use these sights at the range, even shooting fast, they work great. I was hitting like a 10x10 plate, 85-90% of the time from like 30, 40, 50 feet, right? And this is a little pocket pistol. Self-defense encounters tend to be within 25 feet for about 95% of them. So this is a great handgun. Nothing that could possibly snag on anything back here, and it actually looks pretty cool in my opinion, futuristic or whatever the case may be. Now takedown, very simple. You can use a flathead, you can use keys, you can use some brass, whatever the case may be. Very easy to take it down. mags are actually nice compared to some of the older Taurus mags. I think these might even be made by Metgar, because Taurus did make the big switch over to getting magazines produced by Metgar, and that was huge for the G series, the G3C, the G2C, the GX4, the GX4 carry, that whole sort of thing, because they got good quality mags, and their handguns actually started to run pretty decent, and all my Tauruses have been decent till this day. Now, trigger, let's check this out. It's long, double action, but it's not even the heaviest trigger in the world. It's probably like 7-8 pounds, and it's relatively smooth the whole way. And if you don't think you could shoot this fast, go watch my review of me shooting this thing. It's actually a pretty smooth trigger when you're actually live firing it. I mean, seriously, I enjoy shooting this handgun. Do I carry it the most? No, but have I pocket carried this? 100%. And out of every Taurus handgun I've ever seen, felt, shot, owned, carried, whatever the case may be, this is the one with a good finish on it. It's crazy. The G3C and the G2C and the GX4 have trash finishes. My TX22 have terrible finishes. This, they actually did an awesome job on the finish. It's relatively decent. I've owned this handgun for a while now. I've carried it for a while. And man, is this thing actually have a decent finish for what it is. And no rust. That is a big thing with pocket pistols, the Ruger LCP, that whole sort of thing. They tend to rust. This has just ran great. Now let's get into my most expensive handgun, right? You see a lot of people with $5,000, $4,000, $2,000 staccatos, you know, that whole sort of thing. Well, honestly, guys, my most expensive handgun, a simple Glock 26. Now, obviously, there's some things put into it, and it doesn't look like my most expensive handgun, but it 100% is. This probably is a total of $1,200 at this point, maybe $1,300. I didn't do it all at once, but I wanted an everyday carry build that was, once again, stainless steel. You'll notice a trend. I love stainless steel for everyday carry, pocket pistols, that whole sort of thing, and just a look. But I wanted something that, you know, wasn't over the top, didn't need all this stuff, but it functioned flawlessly and had good quality, up to spec, reputable parts on it, right, as a build. So Hooper Gunworks slide in stainless steel with forward serrations. So for a Gen 3, you don't get serrations. But if you buy an aftermarket slide like this, you can now get serrations. Got a nice little scratch across this thing. That's handguns for you. Extended slide stop, that's just Glock OEM. Trijicon 3-dot sight, some of my favorite sights. Notice how that white really pops, right? I'll just show you for a second. Look at the white on my shield. And these are great sights on the right, but look at the white on the Trijicon. Absolutely unreal. Look at the white outline. It's just incredible. I don't know how they make them so much brighter than every other company. But they are 3-dot tritium sights. And I've carried this handgun. I've shot this handgun a lot, and it's been flawless. I don't carry it the most anymore, but I did for a while. Grey Ghost Precision Barrel. Absolutely love this thing. I went with that simply for the looks of the build. Sometimes I do just build handguns for the fun of it, right? I want to make something that is cool, looks really nice, that whole sort of thing, but may not be my #1 carry option or even in my carry rotation. It's just something that I like doing and putting together and ordering parts from. Invoke takedown lever, it's great if you have a hard time taking down Glocks or getting your fingers on them. It's extended but only in one spot, and it's designed really, really well, and that's NVOKE. Awesome job on his parts. And it's just one guy who makes a bunch of Glock parts. So he does a great job. Just a regular back plate. I think that's probably Zev. Just, you know, nothing special. Just to add a little look to it, right? Sort of goes with the theme of the barrel and the serrations, that whole sort of thing. Handle Edge Series grips. A great grip. I definitely recommend them for everyday carry. They're on a lot of my pistols. Absolutely love Handle Edge Series grips. Now, on top of that, Henning Group base plate. So this is a 13+1 setup. This is 14 rounds of 9mm. With this Henning Group base plate. As you can see, it got a little beat up from use. I carry this magazine with base plate in other Glocks as well. That's why it's so beat up compared to the finish up top. But overall, never had an issue with any Henning Group base plates. I carry them on my 27, my 33, my 30, or my 26, that whole sort of thing. On my Glock 19, they've all been great. And last but definitely not least, that trigger. Firearm obviously safety checked and cleared. This is a Wheaton Arms trigger for a Glock Gen 3. And I love this thing because, one, it gives you a little bit more room in your trigger guard if you need to get a gloved finger in there. But also that beautiful, it goes at an angle, a little flat, and then curves out a little bit more. And then you have your dingus right there. So this thing just looks absolutely awesome, but feels even better. Let's check out function. Woo! One more time. One of the best Glock triggers out there. Reset one more time. Absolutely love the Wheaton Arms trigger. So yeah, only $1,200, $1,300, whatever the case may be, is my most expensive handgun. I don't need anything much more than a Glock 26, Smith & Wesson Shield, a Smith & Wesson M&P 40, a Glock 27, IWI Masada Slim, Springfield Armory Hellcat, and those are all between $500 and $600 generally. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.